Hello, and welcome to today's episode. I'm going to be your host, the Irrelevant Nerd, and today I'm going to be reviewing Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. I've been in a D&D mood with the release of the Mighty Nine, and I've been rewatching Legends of Vox Machina so I can review it, and I just decided now would be a good time to talk about our most recent Dungeons and Dragons movie. And even though the movie did come out over 2 years ago, I am going to keep the review spoiler free because not a lot of people have seen this movie. It only made about $210 million in theaters, which is not a ton. So yeah, just wanted to keep it spoiler free because I do think this is a fun movie that is worth checking out. So let's go ahead and get right into it. This movie is shockingly fantastic. I had actually had high hopes for the movie before it came out. I was the only one of my friends who seemed to. They were all worried that it was going to be shitty, but I had really trusted the creative team and the cast. And so, like I said, sky high hopes. And the movie really kind of surpasses them all. And I'll just kind of start with the cast. They are all great, but I do want to single out Chris Pine as our lead. He just works so damn well. He is so charismatic and likable, and he's just has a naturally kind of funny way about him. I think he is Hollywood's best Chris. I don't even give a fuck. He's just so good, and the line delivery he has is so good and spot on for the mood of the movie that they're going for. And the movie really is overall very hilarious. It's easily one of the funniest movies to come out in the past 5-6 years or so, and it really manages to easily blend the comedy with the heartfelt and blend that all together with the high fantasy adventure aspect of the movie, and it just kind of all blends together for this perfect vibe and tone that's very sort of unique to this movie. And the world building here is also surprisingly rich, especially if you're a fan of Dungeons and Dragons in general. And even if you're not, it does do a good job of explaining things without kind of over explaining and just dumping a bunch of exposition on you. But if you have played before, it's fun to recognize some of the creatures and spells, a few of the locations, and even the battle mechanics, which speaking of, the action is fantastic. It's not just sword on sword stuff. It's the action sequences have problem solving and spell combos and teamwork, and it sort of feels like actual gameplay. And it's another one of those things that's fun to see certain types of damage and weapons and things like that being used when you know that kind of the lore behind it. And there's an action scene in this movie that's basically 80 to 90% shape shifting, and it's cool as hell. But I really think the main reason this movie works so well is the chemistry of the cast, and the movie has an emotional core. It actually has quite a bit of heart. There's a fatherhood and a parenthood aspect to it for one of the characters. There's the found family aspect of this whole team kind of coming together and supporting each other, and then just the overarching redemption story for some of the characters in this movie is very satisfying and kind of even relatable in a way, even though it's these fantasy characters with these creatures, weapons, magic, that nothing like that exists in our world, but just kind of the struggle that some of these characters feel was surprisingly relatable for me. And really the only complaints I have about the movie is there is some like lackluster CGI sprinkled throughout the movie. But none of it's bad enough to ever take me out of the movie. And overall, I do think the movie looks really good and has a unique aesthetic. And it didn't have the biggest budget in the world, and I think they did a good job with the budget they had. I think it was just under 150 million the last time I checked. So I think they managed to stretch every one of those dollars out on screen. So while it is a negative, it's nothing that, like I said, it's nothing that ever takes me out of the movie. Really, and then the only other complaint I have is the movie does feel like it's maybe 5 to 10 minutes too long, but I've rewatched it a couple times recently, and I'm not really sure what I would cut out. It all feels like important or funny or has like nice character moments. So again, it's a complaint I have that I'm not really sure if there's a specific fix for, but those are really it. Just a few moments of lackluster CGI and just maybe 5-10 minutes too long. But overall, this is a great movie. I would say it's I would go like a 9.3. No, let's go 9.4 out of 10. And I would strongly recommend that anyone sees it. Like, even if you're not a fan of D&D, I would recommend. If you are a fan of D&D, it's a absolute must see. Like, I ended up going to the premiere of this movie when it came out with my Dungeons and Dragons group, and it was just such a great experience. And so if you do play and you haven't seen this movie, watch it with your group. I guarantee you will laugh. I guarantee you'll be pointing out objects A, B, and C, be like, oh my God, this is that thing from, so-and-so, without wanting to spoil anything. But get your group together. It is an absolutely amazingly fun time that you can have. And I am very hopeful that this movie gets a second wind online, which was another reason I wanted to talk about it, other than just being in the mood, because it unfortunately didn't make enough money against its budget to have them greenlight a sequel. But a lot of times, if they can build up traction on these streaming services and the online discourse about it gets some strength, oftentimes that can lead to a sequel. And this movie truly deserved it. Like, I would love to see more of these characters, love to see more of this world. And I just, I don't want to wait another 20 to 30 years before we get another Dungeons and Dragons movie. So if you've seen it, let me know in the comments down below what you thought. Try to keep it spoiler free just for the people who haven't seen it. And let me know, am I being too high on this movie, or do you also recognize its greatness? So let me know your thoughts. I do have some more videos that I'm working on that'll be coming out very soon, and I'll see you guys in the next one.